would start. Yeah.
We'll start with the introductions. Oh, I'm Kira. Hold on one second. In the chat there. Hi everyone, I'm Kira. Sorry, but I will keep my camera off today. Love from Northern Germany. Welcome. Welcome to everybody who's coming in this fascinating masterclass. I'm going to start off with some introductions. Some of you know me. My name is Catherine, and I have been working with ladies for the past 10 years, ladies who've been trying to get pregnant or on a fertility journey or on a pregnancy journey. And that is after having a journey of my own. It took me 7 years where I did IVFs. I went down the adoption route, finally adopted and brought a little baby boy into our family, which was amazing, a different route to take. And I actually came home with two babies from Mexico. And I just wanted to have this masterclass to show ladies that there is actually another force at play with regard to conception and pregnancy. And I also wanted to say I'm coming from a place at the age of 30. I discovered I had endometriosis. My husband had sperm antibodies where the sperm were clumping together and couldn't swim. And we were told I was responded so badly with IVF. I mean, getting hardly any eggs, whatever. I was told I'd go into an early menopause, and the writing was on the wall for me. But you know what? I knew that there was a baby there for me, and I never gave up. I just kept going, and I was fascinated then by the fact that the minute we adopted one baby, absolutely immediately, my first boy was 6 months old to the day when we brought him home. I had stayed over in Mexico. I looked after him for 2 months. My husband only came over for the last 2 weeks to bring us home. And my goodness, like going from being told I would never have any children to actually coming home with two babies from Mexico. My younger son hates me to even mention that he was conceived in Mexico. But my two babies are now 21 and 22 this year. And what I wanted to say, ladies, is really, it doesn't matter what your diagnosis is, or even if you have a diagnosis. Every baby is a miracle, and there is a plan. And I'm looking at this plan from this side of it now, and I didn't see it all the way along. But when I look back now, I have really just been a pawn on this chessboard of life, that there has been a plan all along that has been guiding me, even to this day. And talking about spirit babies. And I'm going to ask Darshna even to just come in and talk about what actually happened there on my story, you know. And I'm also going to talk about the Spirit Babies book, which I read about 4 years ago. And that's where my obsession with spirit babies came from, was reading that book. And I saw the power of it with my own clients. I saw one lady have one embryo transfer, and after doing some of the meditations and stuff, it split in two and she ended up with twins. And it wasn't until one of the ladies here, Bernadette, who was on the shamanic womb healing with me, we spent a whole year together, and she was talking about she was a soulful doula and she did KMRT, and I really paid no heed to it. And then one day in a group chat, she mentioned spirit babies, and I was, all over like a rash. I was like, okay, tell me more about this. And that brought me to Darshna. Because even though I had an ad hoc connection with the spirit babies, I would normally see the orbs around the lady or whatever. I came to Darshna and it was all about spirit babies. Okay, I need to strengthen my connection to the spirit babies. And that's what I went into the Soulful Doula diploma thinking, but I ended up with so much more that I never even contemplated I was going to get. So Darshna, when you take my story,
Very well.
fertility, I did not even get pregnant in all of that 7 years, neither naturally nor with the IVF. Both times
Mhm.
on the IVF, I had three embryos transferred and absolutely zilch. And as soon as I adopted, bingo, I had two babies.
This is this
So
is really relevant. This is really, really relevant, and it's really nice to actually be able to talk about a real life story. So what we call spirit to earth babies as well. Catherine, I just want to read that quote out because I think it's really beautiful to start with. So
the karma quote,
yeah, do you want to read that out? Yeah, because I
yeah.
think it's
So
very
from
poignant.
Oh, yes, I meant to say I actually have pulled out quotes out of two books that
Yeah.
I just think are absolutely spot on for our talk today. And from the Spirit Babies book, it says, Karma is the force that brings us together, lifetime after lifetime, to recreate, explore, and expand on this feeling of connection. The karmic forces that draw parent and child together represent their commitment to explore the divine aspect of life. The bond between parent and child extends beyond this lifetime. It is not limited by time or space. The force that draws a parent and child together is karma, the effects of our past actions. And I know lots of us feel this baby. We know that there's a baby there for us. So how do we get
So
there?
yeah. So it all begins, karma means action. So it means you have a feeling of something or you have a desire within you. And the feminine is designed to procreate. We have a womb energy, which is your most powerful force. Karma is taking the desire, the instinct. So I'm going to base all of this on Catherine's story because it's so poignant and it proves how energy is so powerful. So Catherine had a desire to have a child, but her body, which is in time, hadn't quite caught up with the desire of actually gestating a child within her body. So when there is a desire that's in the mind, that's in the heart, and then the womb might be doing something opposite to what you truly want. But the spirit baby is an energetic form of the soul that may be born to you through your body or through adoption or whichever route that the universe and the soul of your baby wants to take you on the journey with. So, with Catherine's story, Catherine had this huge desire and she wasn't going to give up because her masculine energy is really strong, her logical energy is very strong, and her feminine energy was also strong, but it was a little bit behind in the body of actually receiving a child naturally. Okay. So those both spirit babies, Jake and Sam, were
Um,
there. Sorry, Sam, we're already there in her energy field, which is like around you in the body. That's okay. So, so the spirit baby energy is an energy form of a baby that can come to you. That's a feeling, a desire in the body, but it's also in and around you in the field or an auric field. it will instigate your desire, which is to actually hold a child, to be pregnant, to birth a child. And karma is that action. Okay. And sometimes the universe will take you on many different paths to get you to your true desire. So if we take Catherine's example, she wanted to have a child naturally. Okay. But to get there, she first had to have Jake. So the universe will always manifest who you are and not necessarily what you need sometimes. So what I mean by this is that in your feeling state, in your heart and emotions, if you feel like you are a mother already in some capacity, meaning nurturing, you might nurture others, but the way you nurture yourself, you become that energy. And then the spirit baby matches that energy. So the way it happened for Catherine was that she was taken to Mexico. Her soul journey was to go there to start to feel that love of having a baby. There's a difference between having and there's a difference between wanting. Wanting and having creates a gap, and the spirit baby energy is connected to both. So for Catherine, what happened was that when she went to Mexico and she suddenly started to connect her karma with Jake, she was already in that mother energy. So then what happened in her womb, her feminine power activated. And in her desire and in her mindset, she became one with it, meaning that there was no separate idea from the spirit baby to her body and her motherhood, meaning that she was already, yes, I am a mother. But it took the adoption for her to begin to feel like that. Now, that doesn't mean every woman has to go through an adoption to have a physical baby, but this was Catherine's journey. And because her body, like the cells in her body, this physical part, her womb power then was activated, that Sam came along and spirit to earth baby, and she got her desire despite everything that the doctors had said. Um, her her desire, her willpower, also the spirit baby and spirit to earth baby also has a desire to come here. So Jake had a desire to be with Catherine and her family, and so did Sam. It just worked out that Catherine needed this feeling in her body, mind, and heart to be connected to her feminine womb power. And once that happened, naturally, Sam landed in her body without effort. Is that right to say? Because she was already a mother. So
Yeah,
how this might play out in another scenario, and it happens a lot. This story is very common though when people adopt, suddenly they get pregnant straight away or very much soon after because they already have moved from desire to having, and that is the difference. So then the universe can match that having. So then let's move on to then the spirit baby. So these forces are invisible. It's not something we can see with our physical eyes, but it can be felt. So I'm somebody that hasn't got physical children, but spirit babies came to me to open my heart to creational energy. And when we're talking about creational energy, we're talking about Kundalini life force. So what we call serpent power. So this is your sexual energy that's used in your everyday life when you're feeling really passionate about something, excited about something, or when you really want to connect with something or someone to manifest in your life. And the spirit baby connection follows that Kundalini life force as well. So your womb power is really where you have that power to manifest and connect with your spirit baby. How many um how many people here have have felt that connection already on some level or have a question surrounding it? Anybody want to share anything? I, I, I,
I think if you have the desire to have a baby, that baby is already there in
yeah,
your aura, just
yes,
waiting for the time,
the
to
time
land.
and if there's a desire comes from something that comes from your mind or it comes from your emotion. And that usually sparks your intuition on some level for you to follow the cues or follow the breadcrumbs, as it were, just like Catherine did on her journey. The spirit baby is something that you can't necessarily see, but you can feel on some level. So every time you're thinking about having a baby or you're out and about and something is reminding you of that, that is actually your spirit baby connecting with you on some level. And it's for you to say yes to that connection. And then with anything, it can start off really small and then it multiplies as well. The more that you put energy into it, the more something can grow. Just like a baby in the womb that takes 9 months to grow, or we call it on a spiritual level, 10 moons to grow within the body. So before that, that connection happens through any intuition, any feelings, any emotions. And the spirit baby realms, which are the unseen, is always there ready for connection. So it's for the woman to be able to say yes to that connection, for to be able to start to form a relationship. Yeah, Catherine, you want to read? I'm not very good at reading the
Yeah,
chat. So,
I feel the
try.
mothering energy since I'm a teenager, I guess. Like I'll heal my lineage by becoming a mother myself, to mother my nieces or working with children or elderly people, nourishing my plants and friendships also belongs to my spirit baby path to me. I'm saying yes since I know I'm a woman. That's so amazing. My emotional blockages made the way maybe rougher, but I'm fine with it. And let's keep it.
Thank you, Kira, for sharing that. So,
Yeah.
conception, there's two ways of conception. There's a conception journey that can take you on a real clinical path. But when you start to involve the heart space, this is where you can really start to open up to your spirit baby. And that's through your womb power. Can anybody here, can Sandra or is it Babs or the other lady? Is there anything that you feel that might resonate with what we've talked about so far?
I just wanted to say, Darshna, just
Yes.
um I wanted to put in like during my fertility journey, I now see it was absolutely pointless. All the micromanaging, my AMH, my FSH, they're doing this, they're doing that, the drugs. It was absolutely pointless because I stressed my body even more
Yeah,
when I now see my path was already
there. And that's,
defined.
yeah, thank you, Catherine, for mentioning that. And Babs has actually said, that's okay if you're on mute, but thank you for putting it in the chat. Secondary
Yeah.
infertility for me. I feel a baby around me. Brilliant. Okay, okay. I'm so sorry to hear about your miscarriage at 15 weeks. I love the Spirit Baby book. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Babs, I can really feel your heart. Right. So when it comes to a miscarriage, the spirit baby is there, but what's happened is the body has had a rejection on some level. Okay. Now, don't we never when we were talking about miscarriages or abortions or little babies leaving this earth plane like stillbirth too early, there's things that happen in the spirit world that we're not in control of. It's a part of the soul's journey, and we don't have all the answers. But what it does do, it's here to open your heart on some level, and it's not always fair, and there's no blame here. But when it comes to the body, the miscarriage, or the body letting you down. So, Babs, this is for you also, and anybody else here that will watch the replay. We begin another reconnection to your spirit baby, but also start to formulate a trust again within your body. And what also can happen on a big level, and I know Catherine and Dan and Shakti here also, we're soulful doulas, we work with this quite a lot. When your body and your mind and your heart is in a grief cycle, it's very difficult for the spirit baby who wants to come in and be born to land into the womb. Because in your feeling state, in your mind state, and also your body is in the opposite cycle to what you are desiring, which is for baby to land. And also labels, labels like secondary infertility or the word infertility itself. Okay. It's actually getting back into your womb power and activating it again into the having of a baby. That's a feeling state, that's a mindset. And then the yummy part of it is actually connecting to the spirit baby that wants to come in. And there are lots of different ways of doing this through meditations, through KMRT, which is Kundalini magnetic resonance therapy, which now Catherine is qualified in to, and she's brilliant at it. Um, you've also put she love the Spirit Baby book. Yes, I love that's how Spirit Babies came to me through this book as well. Because the reason to connect with your spirit baby is it opens the heart. What happens when you play with children? Anything that could be going wrong in your day or something circumstance in your life, when you actually are around children and meet babies, what happens? You become light-hearted. It lifts your energy. The heart opens up. And then when you connect that heart space to your womb power, which we call Shakti in Sanskrit, in Vedic terminology, that connection is when the spirit baby can land into body to become a pregnancy. And so if we go back to Catherine's story, her karma, which meant the steps that she took logically, physically, was to go on that journey, have the baby meet Jake, and then her body did its thing. And so the reason I'm talking about that is that your womb already has the power, but by connecting to your spirit baby, it actually infuses more power and it builds like a connection, a synergy all the way through the body. Okay. And definitely have always felt mothering energy also. Feel like there's a baby around me. We had a miscarriage last week at 8 weeks. I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. How how are you feeling at the moment with all of that? It's just unmute yourself.
Um, Obviously sad and disappointed.
Yeah. And you felt like there was you did really feel like there was a baby around you. How did that feel like body wise and mind wise and
So I have read the Spirit Baby book as well. I read it maybe a year ago. So, and I do kind of a lot of energy work in that. So it's for a long time I have felt that there's a baby around, just
yes,
hasn't come in yet.
yes, yes. Are there any so when something like this happens, on some level, which is usually unconscious, which means that you're not aware of it. So again, this is not, I don't want you to go into that blame factor because women do. They feel like their body's done something wrong or they've done something wrong. That's not the case. What it is the version of the spirit baby that came in for that amount of time is a version of it. Some sort of karma playing out unconsciously. Okay.
Mhm.
So what it is to then reformulate a trust within your womb power and your body and have a little investigation in is there some circumstance in your life or between you and your partner or you between the relationship between you and your body where you feel you're not ready to fully be a parent or fully gestate pregnancy. Because often, also, when people have been trying, what we say, there's a difference between trying and having. Do you see what I mean? The trying is like energy, and the having is like boredom energy. It's defined, it's definite. Okay, and that's the energy that you have to really ignite and sustain every single day. It's like these little micro moments. And then the yummy part is being able to connect to the baby. And I always say, talk to the baby, spirit baby, like it's real already. Like, this is what we're going to, I call them earth stories. Okay. Like, you can come to me in my dreams, and this is what we're going to do, and this is where we're living, like physically, like acting it out. It's a, and also there's a primal level. So whether you are having, Sandra, I will come to you in a minute, whether you are having a baby through IVF or whether you are conceiving naturally, the connection between you and your partner is really, really imperative because it's the feeling state which creates energies between two people, is what the spirit baby is connecting to. Yes, there are many versions now on Earth where same-sex partners, IVF, all these different routes, okay? But our Earth and our bodies are designed heterosexually at the moment, meaning sperm meets egg. But there's also got to be a heart connection. So even if it's IVF, I always say keep that connection with your partner. Like you're doing this together. You and sometimes partners are not as comfortable with spirit baby energy or anything like that. That doesn't matter. The woman primarily is doing the job because you're taking that sperm and then you're actually doing that whole chemistry. So when there's been a loss, there's a grief cycle. Have you accepted the grief? Have you felt into it to kind of
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's a really important part. And
Mhm.
the reason death happens or losing something happens because energetically you're meant to open your heart and just accept and go, okay, yeah, and feel it, really feel it. And then move on to the having again cycle. And that doesn't mean the doubts don't come up and your body starts to feel it. And actually, this came to me yesterday in preparation for this, is that your nervous system, what happens, goes into a freeze state, which is like a snapshot state where like it's almost like a freeze state of the gestation that happened, however many weeks the baby was lost. And so your nervous system is giving you that same language back, like, oh God, can't do this, or it's not going to stay, or I don't trust my body, whatever the reasons are, or whatever the emotions are that come up with it, your body has formulated a fight against it. Yeah, because emotionally, you don't want to feel that same grief again. So once you recognize that in yourselves, the nervous system can then move past it. And then you can start to go into that having state again and starting to feel a little excitement. Now, there, I can now feel a little ripple of energy. And you've lightened up, you've got a little smile. There, yes. It really can be that simple, but because you've been through something and we are humans, we are habitual, okay? Naturally that comes up. But what I say and what you can do is just invite that in and say, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that, but I also feel excited and that I can do this. I'm having my baby. Yeah, does
Yeah.
that feel good?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome,
And
Sandra.
there's a message there, Darshna.
Yeah,
I have a massive desire for a baby, but struggle to visualize things on the spiritual side. I believe it, but I struggle to concentrate and focus in on it. I feel that I have moved past the grief of my miscarriages and had a lovely ceremony of spreading ashes on its due date at the beach. I'm ready to receive my spirit baby, but can I, without the ability to really visualize it, or is it belief visualization in itself?
okay.
Or is
So
belief visualization in itself?
yeah, thank you, Sandra. So thank you for sharing. Um, I'll go back. Yeah. So it's all about belief. Our beliefs create energy, and when we have strong beliefs about something, it creates limitations in the mind. So, Sandra, everything that you're doing is absolutely perfect for you. That lovely ceremony is a real acceptance of that grief that I was talking about. But because you actually did a ritual, you actioned that karma, you've kind of come to a um, closure with it. So, struggled. Okay. Can you let go of the word struggle to visualize things on the spiritual side and start to just trust that you're feeling the spiritual side? And whether you can see it or not, that doesn't matter. It's about intention. Intention comes from the heart, and that is what carries that spirit baby energy towards you. It's a magnet thing. It's like it gravitates towards you. So and it's good that you feel that you've moved past the grief. Brilliant. So that means you're ready. I'm ready to receive my spirit baby. But can I without the ability to really visualize it? Yes, you can. You don't need to see something to believe it. You can believe it by feeling it. And eventually, what will happen if you keep feeling it, you will start to see little synchronicities, little signs and symbols, which will also come as a feeling or also come through visuals. Like there may be a synchronicity about babies, about your spirit baby, a little sign that gives you that feeling in your body. And if you keep feeling and acting on those little cues every day, and if you can't see something, journaling is a really good one. Journaling is what I suggest from a logical state, you can start to write to your spirit baby. You can write anything. Just let it come from your heart and see what comes through. it's another form of ritual. Okay. And when you connect that to your womb space, talk to your womb, talk to your baby, say, I'm ready to receive you. I'm ready to receive you. Sandra, does that answer your question? Thank you. Okay, and Babs. Babs, did I answer your question? Is there anything that you that I missed out?
There
Yes.
is a question there, Darshna.
Okay.
What
What
do
is
you think about epigenetic stories in the family? I know that my mother had a lot of unfinished pregnancies and was ambivalent in her mothering energy, as my grandmother was, I sense. Will I also have to live through that break? Will I also have to live through that break or break the cycle? Feeling a lot of fears as I'm stepping into my menstruation soon and feel so open. Thank you for this room here right now.
you don't once you become aware of something, you don't necessarily have to go through it. So awareness is everything. When you well, as I talked about grief, if you're aware of your grief, it means that it doesn't respond in the body the same way. Again, awareness does half the job. What you do is so this is what Kira is talking about is the mother wound, okay, the maternal life. Regina and Bernadette are trying to get in. If they
Oh,
if they do, yeah, have a look, Catherine. Okay, let me repeat that again. We Every
um,
woman unconsciously may be following the same patterns as her matrilineal lineage, meaning her mother, grandmother, and grandmothers before that. They're all patterns of behavior. And as I've mentioned before, we're humans and we are habitual. And so it's unconscious. So to answer your question, Kira, epigenetics, epi means to go above genetics. Okay, so genetics are patterns. Epigenetics means that in your thoughts, in your emotions, and consciousness. Okay, so when we connect to the spirit baby, or say you're in a different brainwave state, it's through your heart center, which is the largest magnetic field. It's a different feeling to a logical process. It's spiritual. Okay. So you can actually go way beyond your family patterns as long as you are aware that you're not behaving the same way as your mother did and your grandmothers did. You've got to remember that they were lived in different times and they acted out and lived their lives according to the time that they were here. Okay. So when it comes to epigenetics and going beyond your family lineage and all the health problems or infertility, even, or if there has been a pattern of not great mothering. And also, I would suggest that you look at your own relationship with your mother because that will give you a massive clue to how you really feel about nurturing life. If you have a difficult relationship with your mother, or your mother had a difficult time in her pregnancies, or there has been loss from mother, grandmother, great grandmother, those losses are like energy. And what they could be doing is they could be unconsciously moving through your system. So Kira's talking about how she's feeling in her menstrual cycle. Those patterns come up as feelings through the nervous system, as fear, lack of trust, grief, or it may bring up every excuse that you have in your life not to have the baby. I'm too busy. I don't have time. I don't have space. So this is not a personal thing. These are all playing out unconsciously. So I always say that it's really good to actually tune in and look at all these patterns within you. And then you can do the real yummy part of actually connecting to your spirit baby and call the spirit baby to earth through that having energy. That having energy is definite. I'm going to lead you through an embodiment as well in this session. And when you're defining that having and that connection to the spirit baby, all the other patterns in your family, in your lineage, and your body kind of start to dissolve because you've gone above them and you're separate from them. And then from that separation, you begin to connect with your spirit to earth baby and start to believe that you're having and also start to really trust your body and your womb power. So Catherine, do you wanna talk about do you want to start the womb power? You there's
I
the
was going to ask you a little bit about, well, conception,
okay,
conscious conception. So
yes.
we there is a mystery, especially around, I mean, it's so complex conception, the work of the egg and the sperm, and like the egg is way bigger than the sperm, and but what the sperm brings is only one little trait. It's the smaller part of this whole process to with the chromosome. Is it going to be male? Is it going to be female? Okay. But I just came across a lovely paragraph in a book called Activate Your Female Power by Sharon Maloney. And it's about the whole conception thing. And she says, we know the intimate details of what happens when these two nuclei fuse together. We can describe the chemistry, the electrical activity, the cellular physiology. We can even replicate the process in a petri dish. Yet for all that, this miraculous moment when another human being begins its life, it remains shrouded in mystery. It is infinitely more than the sum of its parts. As van der Waal puts it, when spirit and matter meet, you have life. When spirit and matter separate, you have death. The incarnation of another soul onto the planet is a profoundly spiritual occurrence in which spirit transforms matter. When a new individual begins this process, the whole universe has to shift to accommodate the change. So I was just fascinated that it's just more than the egg meeting the sperm. There is actually a whole spiritual connection here as well. And I thought
Absolutely.
you might talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So if you're on this fertility journey, and I'm not going to say infertility, I call it fertility. So we have to be really careful with language we use. Fertility. Never think that that you are infertile or there is something wrong with you. On some level of your soul, you've chosen to do it consciously, and that is why you're here in this space, and that is why you're on your conscious journey with it. So when we're conscious of something, we're observing it, and you're meant to recognize it from your soul perspective this time. Okay? Doesn't matter if you believe, it doesn't matter if you believe in other lifetimes or not. Your soul wants you to really recognize the spiritual power you have, but also that connection with your womb power. And that's why it's conscious conception, because you are feeling into this journey like no other time in your life. Because it came to me that way to actually really open up my heart to understand creation. Because who else creates human beings? The universe, God energy, which however you want to label it, it doesn't matter. God, goddess, the mother, great mother, the universe. And this time round, you're really meant to understand it from that level. And that's why these grief cycles, miscarriages, or whichever way your journey has been, is to open your heart to that spiritual connection, but also understand the potency of it. That's what conscious conception is. And I know some of you are joining us a bit later in the conversation, but we've been talking about when we create that energy or that connection to the spirit baby, to actually then harness that energy through feeling the heart, activating the womb, and then fusing those into a having state, and then really sustaining. So this is like the second half of the cycle, the luteal phase, where you are sustaining your physical, biological energy in your womb for that spirit baby to go, okay, I can see that green light, or the conception cradle we call in the spirit baby book. We're going to do that today. Um, I can see that light. I can see that little map. I'm going to follow that. And then when mama or my mum, father, whoever, and also, it's not just the mum's desire of calling in the spirit to her baby. A baby is always no, I can't say always, most of it, most of the time, a baby is a collective desire. So that means that siblings can bring that baby in, your partner can bring the baby in, or the mother can bring the baby in. And the lineages, the bloodlines also
The
bring
sister or
that
the
baby in.
sister?
Yes, anyone can. It's all about desire. And even if you've read the Spirit Baby book, or so I had a couple recently, and the little one who came through my work, Kundalini Spiritual Resonance Therapy, she keeps saying, Mummy, there's a baby in your tummy, there's a baby in your tummy. And she did actually get pregnant really quickly, but it didn't stay. Okay. But they're both on this journey, and they did a little ceremony to say goodbye, and now they're going back into the having cycle. So yes, the desire can come from a number of people, and they can start dreaming about the baby. The spirit baby is there. And I can really feel two prevalent ones in this field at the moment. And they come through. So when you're dreaming, you are least resistant. So if you're a very practical person and during the day you're really busy, whatever, it's spirit will work with you through the night. So the spirit baby will come through your dreams. The spirit baby's higher self might be knocking on your door in your dreams. It'll give you a feeling, an insight, some excitement, or even the fear or the lack of trust, or whatever it is that's the most active in you will come to the surface. Because underneath that, and this is like when we go back to Catherine's story, the desire is still really strong to have this baby, and your higher self or the spirit baby is guiding you to all these little parts, micro moments, to actually have have the baby, like have the spirit to earth baby gestate. It's coming back to your feminine power, but actually regaining a real trust in it as a woman, because when things don't happen naturally, there's the mind can create a limitation and a lack of trust in the body. And so therefore, then it can be quite difficult for the spirit baby then to land within the body, to actually come to life.
I just to hop in there,
Yeah.
I've often had clients and who for some reason or other have miscarried, and a lot of times they will actually say to me, do you know what? I knew it wasn't going to go any further. I just didn't feel the connection. And so sometimes ladies just have that feeling that it's not going to continue. But I also wanted to mention about I think after reading the Spirit Babies book, and you were saying that um the mother can call in the baby, the father can call in the baby, maybe both of them or someone else. And I remember my first session with you, Darshna, and I said, I think my husband definitely called in Sam because he is the spitting image of my husband. It doesn't look like that there is any of me in him. It's like a mini me. And you connected with me. Darshna can get right into your body, ladies, just let me tell you. And he said, no, it was actually Jake called in Sam into our lives. And I was like, wow. And it's just amazing how I am beginning to see that Mayan and Mexican culture that's in my field without me even realizing it, with the shamanic work and
Yeah.
everything else. So yeah, so that was amazing. And
I mean, looking at your stories, if you look at your partner's energy and also Jake's energy, it's masculine energy, isn't it? But it's like a magnet. It desire and connection pulls in that energy. And the reason the spirit baby then comes to earth, and we call it spirit to earth baby, like gestation, pregnancy, and birth into human life, it gravitizes. So if you imagine it like here, and then it comes into body, and that is that womb space. That's where the desire has that magnetism to pull in the
yeah.
spirit to earth
And
baby.
I was actually going to read just another thing about this from the Spirit Baby book. And it was when Walter Mackishan, and he says conscious conception is both a spiritual and physical union. Prospective parents not only offer themselves physically through sperm and egg, they also commit a part of their vital life force, or kundalini, to the act of creation. So Kundalini is the energy of creation located in the base of the spine. When it flows through your chakra system, it becomes a powerful force that transforms your life physically, mentally, and spiritually. It is stimulated by life transforming actions or desires. Once Kundalini begins to run through your system, you feel imbued with the power of creation. When couples with a conscious or unconscious desire to have a child make love, their Kundalini energies flow up their spine and out the top of their heads. Their individual energies intertwine, forming a column. At the top of the two energies merge into the shape of a bowl. The whole form resembles large golden orange goblet or chalice known as the conception cradle, floating above the mother's head. The conception cradle calls and welcomes the spirit baby, drawing the spirit into the conception contract. If the spirit baby enters the conception cradle, it begins to form down the mother's spine to her uterus. If the spirit baby accepts the new body, the fertilized egg will successfully plant itself in the mother's womb. The conception cradle then transforms itself into an energy cord connecting the spirit baby to its growing body. So there was a few key words there, Darshna. The Kundalini and the sexual energy, and also about the desire. And I actually spoke about the desire in another group there recently. This desire, we would have all had the desire to have a baby, but sometimes, especially when your journey is long in trying to have your baby, the desire for the partner wanes. It's taken over by this desire for the baby. And I try to explain that it is this desire, you need to put energy into it to create this Kundalini energy to the
Right.
conception cradle. Could you speak a little bit more about that?
So the desire, your desire comes, so Kundalini is like your serpent energy. the way that it's described, like in the book, it moves through your body like a serpent in waves. Desire comes from your womb space itself. That's the power of women, and that's why women are more emotional. They're because you have that potency to create life. And like Catherine said, when things go not as planned, or you're on an IVF journey where it's more clinical, that tends to happen through your masculine energy. Okay. But the really important part, whichever route that you take and connecting to your spirit baby, so you're connecting from here, it's really important to go to your womb space to activate that serpent kundalini energy, which we're going to give you a little bit of an experience today with, because it's got to meet that desire that's always there. And that's what I mean about keeping that connection. So kundalini, when it's activated, when there's more of it, it creates passion, it creates excitement, and those are your primal senses, your animal senses. Having a baby is very mammalian. It's an animal instinct as well as a spiritual one. And that's where women tend to lose that connection on their journeys because it becomes a logical clinical process, or the doctors have said something or whatever. But as Catherine's story is proof of, desire can take you a long way, but it also has to be matched with that, fueling it with your primal senses. Like really simple things like, have you ever smelt your partner? We're talking about pheromones. We're talking about touch. We're talking about connection. The spirit baby's in the spirit realms. It doesn't necessarily know and understand physicality. And that is why all these layers are really important to connect to invite the spirit to earth baby through your body. So when there's been a disconnection, then the nervous system will do its job and create stories and fear and feelings. But actually inviting you back into your body and feeling your primal senses again helps that spirit baby to know that it can come into earth, into the womb space to be fully gestated life. So, Catherine, you did mention as well that some women actually feel that the gestation will be a little bit short or something. There's a sense or a quality. What creates that is some sort of fear of relationship or creation energy relating. So, Kundalini energy is also creational energy. Okay. So, somewhere in the unconscious or the nervous system, there's a little bit of resistance there to fully relating to being a mother. And it could be anything. It could be you've already got a family. It could be finances. It could be where you're living. It could be a number of things. But if you can reconnect to your body, your mind, and especially your heart, to reconnect to the spirit baby, you can formulate a new cycle, a new connection, and really look at your relationship with that, feeling the relationship with that, not just through your mind, but all your senses through your body. To start to feel that Kundalini energy, that serpent power, which is actually what gestates that spirit into earth energy. So if you're feeling the spirit baby on this level and you can feel it in your field and it's around, the way you invite it closer to your body is you connecting to your womb space, you feeling that primal power, you feeling attraction with your partner, you feeling sexual with your partner. And I mentioned this earlier for those that came in a bit later. It doesn't matter if you're having a baby through IVF, you still keep that primal connection with your partner. That baby, that spirit baby will know, it will feel it because it's a natural law to feel that energy in your body. It's a natural law to become pregnant. All of these are nature's gifts. So why would it be that you don't have that? That's not true. It's just that you have to believe it, you have to create that connection, and you have to act upon it. And that means developing relationship. And if there is a gap in that relationship or a fear or the body is resisting, that's for you to inquire why that may be. And then just keep formulating a relationship with your spirit baby. Open your heart, say yes. Say yes to it first, and then see what comes through. So Kundalini energy is the energy that we work with in KMRT, which is Kundalini Magnetic Resonance Therapy. And through this primal movement, through visualizations, through certain kriyas, we activate this energy within the body so it can then meet the spirit baby and it can land through that channel that we create, because it's your most powerful tool. It not only invites your spirit to earth baby in, but it also can heal you as well, because it's the most potent energy within you. And it's actually that energy, the Kundalini energy, that's going to create the placenta, create the lovely soft bed cushion that baby needs to implant itself and grow within you and allow you to connect and feel along the way. That doesn't mean you're not going to have any doubts or negative things are not going to arise. That's pretty normal, because we are instinctual. We are human beings. We have a nervous system and a primal instinct so that we can detect danger. But what happens is that when we become used to a certain danger, or it's been termed as infertility or something, your body goes into that state because it's become a habit. You've got to create a new habit of actually connecting and having and feeling that within you for your spirit baby to land.
I wanted to ask another question, Darshna, if it's okay.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
The spirit to earth baby, I think I used to have the impression that as soon as you were pregnant, the spirit baby was there. It was actually landed. So I was surprised then when I did my training, my Soulful Doula training, that actually during the different trimesters, the spirit to earth baby is only slowly coming into the body. And it's not until the third trimester that the spirit of the baby actually lands in the body.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mentioned in the beginning the body and then the auric field, the field of the energy. So a spirit baby will come in and out of that energy because its energy belongs to the spirit world, which is beyond the body. Now, when there's an actual pregnancy that's happening within the body, that's your nature's design. It's doing its job. And what the spirit baby is doing is moving in and out of the body. It's like in a dream state. So it's dark, isn't it? The baby's in a dark space, it's in a void, it's in an amniotic sac. And I always say, it's saying, I dream of you, mummy, as you're dreaming of me. It's actually downloading its data from its soul to understand its life. And the template it's using is its parents. Sperm egg fusion with lots of genetical information. The body knows what to do because that's how incredible women are, to actually create physical life. The baby is downloading that information. And so the spirit baby, throughout the 3 trimesters, actually comes in and out of its body, okay, until when that third trimester, and it goes with the biology of gestation. If you look at fetal development, in the third trimester, it becomes more physical and heavy, okay? But a woman's body can't, she has her own soul, and then the soul and or spirit of the child is like a visitor until that birth process happens. When it's fully manifests through that synergy, that channel of light, and it infuses into its body, that is what activates the actual birth process, the physical birth out of the mother's body into the womb. And that's why that gestation takes these 10 moons or 9 months, because the spirit baby is getting to know its body. It's getting to choose whether it stays, and it can only stay when it's matching a blueprint of that long gestation process, which means a feeling state, connection state. And I mentioned this at the beginning of this talk, that not everything, even when you're consciously connecting to your spirit baby or spiritual earth baby, the baby that's gestating, we are not in control of everything that happens. There are higher forces. But what you are in control of is you and your connection to your baby. And that's what I advise. And that each stage of pregnancy or preconception is formulating that connection with that Kundalini energy with your spirit baby or spirit to earth baby while you're pregnant, keeping that relational energy with your body, because the body has that potency, your body has that chemistry and biology, and the spirit baby is following those patterns. And yeah, that's where you're keeping that connection. And then when the third trimester, the more of the spirit is downloading into its body till it can hold its full blueprint that's here into life. And actually, even when the birth process has happened and the baby is new, however, it's changed a little bit from before. These new babies are very conscious and alert, whereas when I was born 50 something years ago, we didn't even open our eyes for weeks. But now they're all like, ding. You can even see them recognizing, their mothers or their fathers. And there's lots of different versions these days. But um, that that whole postpartum period when we have what we call the fourth trimester in my culture, which is Vedic. The mother gets looked after completely and the baby is downloading more of its soul each time. It doesn't actually all come in at birth. It takes a few years for it to come in more. And then the energy that goes to baby creates that life. And the other energy that needs to come back into mama's body so she can start to come back in body and reclimatize into a whole other new phase of life, which is motherhood, which takes you from maiden to motherhood. This is really valid. I just want to put this in. Also, sometimes pregnancies are not happening because there's part of you that doesn't want to leave your maidenhood into motherhood, and it's unconscious. It's not a physical blame thing. It just means there's something in you that's just not quite ready for that responsibility. If you break the work down, ability to respond to relationship, because it's the deepest relationship you're going to have is motherhood. And the Kundalini energy, because it's so potent, it's just as joyful as it's just as painful. Okay. But the choice is that you get to choose how much pain you feel and how much pleasure you can feel. And that's a mindset and creating that habit of pleasure and excitement and joy. That doesn't mean you're not aware of shadow and the grief and it's not happening. Be aware of that because it's powerful, but then use the power of that to actually move into the having state, your spirit to earth baby. Did I answer your question? I probably went into a little bit, but
Yeah, no, you did. And just as when you were talking there, because we use the KMRT, the Kundalini magnetic resonance therapy, with the somatic breath work and movement and just increasing that energy through for conscious conception,
yeah,
using it through pregnancy. And because, well, it helps you to identify your shadows and let them go. But where I'm going here with this is, so the same nerves that can give pain in labor are actually the exact same nerves as orgasm. So ladies, work on those shadows if you want to have an orgasmic birth. Exact same nerves for both. And we also use the KMRT for the grief doula
yeah,
for
the
helping ladies work through the miscarriage and loss so that we can calm the nervous system, make the womb a nice, safe place for baby to land. And it is amazing. And Darshna is the creator of the Kundalini magnetic resonance therapy. And she is absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to say before we go in and do our little embodiment practice that Darshna does spirit to earth baby readings. And yes, I did have one of my clients that went to you. There could be more. And one lady came back and she said, I hope this lady's good because she cost a lot. And then I went back afterwards. I was like, well, how was your reading? And she said it was the most amazing experience.
thank you.
So I use it as a therapeutic tool to work with my clients, but Darshna does the readings. And I just wanted you to know, in case I forget, her website is Conscious Womb Birthing School. Conscious Womb Birthing School. And there's a lot more on there on her website on this whole talk about spirit babies. We could go on and on and on,
Yes,
but
yes. I want to give you an actual experience today as well before
yeah,
we leave this space.
yeah,
And thank Kira, she's left the space. That's yeah. It's all about, I mean, we can go into the science, but it's actually about embodiment and feeling state, and that's where I want to give you the experience of today. And um, this, the is any are all of you on a conception journey here? Can you just give me a summary? No. Lynn, is there a specific that you are journeying with at the moment that you want to share, or useful ladies? Okay, thank you. And Sandra's already talked about it. Okay, and Estefania, that's okay. Doesn't it? Whatever it will be. But if we're supporting ladies, some of us are here, or if we're actually on that journey where we're connecting to. Okay. Thank you, Estefania. Thank you so much. We're gonna connect to the spirit baby realms. And for those of you who are on a conception journey, we are going to communicate with your chalice, your conceptual cradle, and then we're going to bring it down through KMRT, which is a connection from your spiritual self to your primal body, so that your nervous system gets the message of a different connection today. So if you could just put your palms in receiving mode and gently place them on your lap. And I invite you to close your eyes I invite you just to take 3 normal breaths and then exhale with your mouth open in a very primal way, so that we can release any stagnant energy today. And with a gentle focus from your mind, I want you to focus on your womb. So place your right hand over your womb space and your left palm over your heart. And just feel that physical connection to your body. And as you breathe, I want you to feel that exhale energy really into your hips. If you can't feel that, you can visualize the breath moving down into the hips. And imagining the breath just moving through your body from your womb to the top of your head, coming back down very powerfully back into your hips. And then just take a gentle focus to the base of your spine, back of your body. This is where your primal instincts are, your animal instincts, your feminine Shakti power, your earth energy. This is where your serpent lies. And as you breathe, this serpent starts to move through your spine to the top of your head. And if you wish to move your body with your breaths, allow your body to move. Allow your womb to lead your body. It means you just have to give it permission. Not necessarily with words, just movement. Like you can rock your body side to side. You can move your body front to back. Just allow and move. Keep feeling your womb under your right palm. Keep feeling your heart under your left palm. And breathe. I want you to breathe deeper into your pelvic bowl, into your hips. I invite your nervous system to open up and allow your Kundalini life force to move through your body. And as you are breathing and moving, any old grief cycles, any old energy that's not serving you anymore, Allow them to move through your body to the top of your head to release, but activate that through your breath. So when you exhale, let go. Now I want you to come back to your heart and your womb together. I want you to feel that by feeling the energy underneath your palms, your body. Your yoni is your vagina, vaginal canal. That is a sacred canal where babies are birthed, where you may have been birthed from. Even if you were birthed at C-section, this is your opportunity to be rebirthed today. Just want you to feel your yoni. Breathe into her. As you exhale, imagine your breath going into your yoni. And as you've invited your yoni and your womb into your heart, I want you to imagine a golden light above your physical head. That golden light begins to form a chalice, a conception cradle. This conception cradle can be for your spirit to earth baby, or it can be for creation itself, anything else you wish to manifest into your life. Through visualization, or if you cannot see, that's okay. Just feel. Imagine this golden ball of light turning into a conception cradle, a chalice even, an open space, a lotus flower blooming. And from that top of the head, I want you to create a line of golden light that moves from that conception cradle through your head, through the center of the body, moving through all your chakras, meeting your Kundalini energy at the base of your spine, down into the yoni, igniting all your energy centers, down to your perineum, which is where the entrance of your vagina or your yoni is, creating a little light map, inviting you to a new embodiment today. And as you breathe more, this light expands. It expands through breaths. It expands through more light of emotions. But what you are creating today is an embodiment of your desire, an embodiment of your connection to your spirit baby that wishes to join you on this earth's journey. on this earth journey through full gestation, healthy, smooth pregnancies, creating a beautiful life together, creating a healthy relationship with your womb, releasing any old ties of grief that do not serve you anymore. And if you hold space and work with the spirit babies or desire to work with them in this lifetime, I invite you to connect with your heart to these realms through your higher chakras, through that chalice, through that conception cradle, creating connection. Visualize, feel, and embody. Embody means to accept through emotion, feel it through your heart as breath to energize that sexual kundalini power in your body. And feel from your heart. Breathe. Breathe deeply into your hips so the whole of your body gets that message of connection and relationship. And with your palm on your womb and left palm on your heart, feel that this relationship is not just today, it continues. And that you're instructing your higher self, the spirit baby realm, that this is a little light map, this conception cradle that you have created today to connect with them, to feel the soul that wants to join your family with joy and excitement, and that you wish to continue this journey with them through your spiritual heart, saying yes to them, yes to the universe, yes to your body. Then imagine that conception cradle moving downwards into your body, traveling through the third eye, through your throat chakra, through your heart chakra, down into the womb. And let that energy expand in your womb as bright as you can feel, or as bright as you can imagine. And then letting all that beautiful energy become centered in your solar plexus, your belly button, allowing it all to embody within yourself so you can exit it anytime you wish from this day forward. Take a few conscious breaths in acceptance of that, this new connection. And then release your palms gently into your lap. And open your eyes when you're ready. Coming back to this physical space. Does anybody like to share anything, any experiences, or are there any questions?
I just wanted to say I was seeing babies, but I hope it's not me.
No, it won't be. You're working with them, so don't worry. Yeah, you're working with them, so yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
amazing. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful.
What did you just see them, or were they doing something, or
Oh, as soon as I went to my heart chakra, I could see these babies in the womb coming in, and I was like, okay, I think there's some babies around here.
yeah,
And I know it's not me, obviously.
yeah. Or me?
I'm
We're we're
creating something else from the
we're exactly.
conception
We're past.
cradle.
Yeah, we are postmenopausal, so that stage is over, but in a good way. But we get to manifest our own desires, which is also an amazing thing. Sandra, I feel very warm in my heart, and I saw a pink and gold heart behind my eyes. So, Sandra, that isn't that great? Because you mentioned right in the beginning that you don't see things, and that's the reason the energy went to the eyes because you can, and even if you didn't see it, you felt it. So that is going to give you a really big clue into what's coming for you. Um, remember, sorry, I'm just going to the beginning of the conversation. Sandra, are you desiring a girl this time round? Is that something that you have got your heart set on, or do you have a girl? Or
I don't have any children at the minute. I'm not.
okay,
I visualize myself always with a girl, just because I think there's a lot of girls in our family. We don't have many boys, but I passed the point of having a preference, I think.
okay, okay. That's all right. Yeah, just an acceptance and just go with the flow. And do you have any other intuitive insights ever? Like when you said you know there's a baby around or you can feel it, how does that come through for you? Is it a feeling? Is it an emotion? Is it in your mind?
It's probably more of a feeling, to be honest. Sometimes colors, I get a lot of colors, gold, stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, I've said it to Catherine before. I really struggle on visualization. I just concentrate too much on trying to do it right, and I get lost in
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, just let go of that bit. That's okay because it's happening anyway. It's just that our logical mind wants proof.
yeah.
So once you let go of that, just keep going into the feeling. And for you, um, know that what you're feeling is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone have ginger hair in your family?
My husband is a bit blonde ginger, maybe.
Red
Yeah.
hair. Yeah. And blue eyes?
Yeah, blue eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cormac has blue eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what came through. So that from your spirit baby. Did your husband have big eyes? Like,
But well, when they glow, yeah, probably when they go blue, yeah, yeah.
yeah, water. Really connect with water. Do you drink enough water, Sandra?
I try to, or maybe I need to drink more.
When you drink it, really honor it. So what I mean by that is like when you drink it, like just hold it, but place an intention in it. And the reason I say that is because that is the beginnings of your amniotic sac. Okay,
Yeah,
where spirit to earth baby's gonna grow. So it's almost just like placing an intention and saying, thank you. Thank you for nourishing my body, actioning it. Mm, feeling it. It's gone down, down, spirit to earth. Did your husband wear check shirts by any chance?
No.
I saw this yesterday, so this is obviously for you. Trees. Do you live around trees?
We live quite close to parks. There's trees outside the house, but not loads and loads of trees or anything. But yeah.
Easiest way to ground a baby sometimes just sit with a tree. Get your ass on a tree. It gets you out of your logical head, and the tree does it for you. It roots it. Trees have roots, and what you want to do is root, 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 root. So the spirit baby knows to root. Okay, water and rooting. Oh, well, I know what the checks are about. It's like a chess game that's happening at the moment. It's like you're moving the pawn. You're moving the pieces forward and forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your partner on board with baby as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Keep moving them. Oh, okay. Keep moving them forward in the center. I took you to your belly button. That's your center. That's your I am. Okay. Baby follows I. If baby's formulating its own I am, its ego. For a human body, you need an ego. It's formulating his ego from that. So there is a girl energy, but that's not always what comes through gender. I will say that, okay, because it's still in spirit. And I always do this because sometimes they're revealing their nature, which is their energy, and this one's quite feminine. And the pink and the gold is Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that's in your womb space. That's what gives children. Okay, so that's why you're seeing pink and gold. Do you wear it? Have you got a heart pendant or something?
Oh my God, I wear hearts all the time. Yeah, I love hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And earrings as well?
Yeah, I've heart earring, heart pendant, and a heart ring. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep wearing them. Do you speak your truth, Sandra? Do you let it out when you're like in a shit mood and when you're happy or whatever the emotion is, or do you keep it in?
I tend to keep it in, but Catherine done some work with me on that the other day. So yeah.
If you have any more, yeah, really like you should like open it up. Open it
But
up.
I did this morning when I was running, actually. I shouted a few times and got
Good,
some
you
stuff
let the
out.
rage out.
Yeah.
Good. What I'm talking about, these are our primal instincts, and sometimes they get locked in because we're not releasing them. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's important. Um, thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, so much. Did you want to ask anything before you left? You all right?
No, I just wanted to apologize for coming late. I was on earlier, but I didn't get through. I'm so sorry. I was just a few
No,
minutes
that's
late, but
My
it took a
fault.
while. But thank you. It was really lovely to listen to you. I don't have any questions at the moment, but I may be in touch about something. But
Yeah,
thank you
do
so
yeah,
much.
do come through. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely to meet you, and you can watch the
You
replay
too.
anyway. All right, darling. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. What does your partner do, Sandra?
He's a civil servant. We're both civil servants. So yeah.
Any law involved?
No, I would have not him. I worked for the courts for a while, but no law.
Yeah. That's the law thing. Talking about the law. Ah, yes. Logical. Law makes you very logical. Always fighting a case. A case within you. Let go of the case. Keep moving your pieces forward, but through your heart. So you know all these hearts that you wear. She's saying is just keep them with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep believing it and let your limitations go bit by bit. It can't all be done in one day. and trust, begin to formulate that trust in your body.
Thank
You
you.
dance.
I like to dance. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't dance, but I do like to dance. Yeah.
Yes, that's what she's showing as well. Little feet going bump, 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 bump. Ding, ding, ding. Very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so
Keep,
much.
keep going with that. And
Yeah.
I've forgotten your name. It's Aoife.
Aoife.
Aoife, yeah.
Aoife.
Aoife. Did you have a preference for a gender or anything?
No, I'm
Did your
happy with
husband?
anything.
Happy with it?
No, we're happy with either. Yeah.
I can feel a lot like boy energy in the left side of you. That's what I feel. Um, in the words I'm getting, smiling bright because the future's bright.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's believing it. And again, open this up to yourself. So this is a communication portal. How we talk to ourselves is how the world communicates with us. And this actually mirrors if we were to flip the anatomy downwards, it mirrors the yoni, the vaginal canal, like that vibration. So it's like, like humming or like voicing or singing and so moving your arms and just movement. You need some movement.
Okay.
Especially if you want to get something out of your system as well. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And any questions, Estefania?
No, but I want to share that
Yes.
on the beginning because I had some accident and these days I have some sleeping in this area. And on the beginning, the channel of the motherhood and the energy goes all in this area to heal what is going on that. And was curious for me because also give me more space on is happening, and also I receive like was a little bit trip because I get information, healing information from my ancestral, from things was happening around the motherhood on the lineage.
Yeah.
And in the end I get the connection with all that want to be in my womb. It was very beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, that's great. So that's the desire speaking, the all
Yeah.
that wants to be. And you felt it in the body, in your womb?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. So that means embodied. It's embodied. So
Yeah. But one question, yes, how is related what is happening on me in this area with this process of connection with the baby? I don't know if I'm clear with your question.
I think I know what you're asking. If I'm answering correctly, just let me know. Did you say you had an accident or something, or there's something that needs healing in your body? Is that right?
I had an accident 2 years ago and I
Okay.
work a lot with my body. But this part was like freeze it, and few months ago starts to awaken all this area. And when it's happening, all this area starts to be sleeping.
Sleeping.
Yes, in this area is sleeping. In the same time, it's awakening. It's, I don't know, it's both.
Okay, I know. So our mouth also replicates like the lower regions. So your teeth, your gums, and all of this is communication. It's all roots. It's all root chakra as well. So what's happening is through your injury or whatever, and even when we connect to baby energy, like I don't have children. Catherine doesn't. She's not going to want any more now at this age. It's all creational energy, so it's all healing energy as well. That is what is awakening in you. When you mean sleeping, I think you meant that it was dormant. It was not, didn't feel like alive, and now it's coming
Yeah.
alive. Your body's transforming through it. That's what I'm getting from, if that makes sense to you.
Okay.
If you're a space holder as well as working with it, and like you said, I think you mentioned in the chat as well that you might have a personal desire also. So therefore, that is why all of it's waking up, and you're getting those messages from your ancestry as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
does
you.
that answer your question? Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're Catherine. Are we?
Yes, I just want to thank you so much, Darshna. You've been
Welcome.
my amazing mentor all this year, and it's a phenomenal journey, and it really closes the circle for me now. I think I've, between working body, mind, spirit, I've closed off that whole circle, the full Monty, as they say,
You completed.
and
Yeah.
it's been amazing, and I'm just so thankful that you came in for our February meetup, our honored voice of the womb. Thank you
you.
so much, Darshna.
Thank you for having me. And I'm at Conscious Room on Instagram if you want to ask anything, or yeah, if you want anything else, just shout out. Yeah, if you want to train with me, that's exciting too. And come and join our community. But yeah, it's been an honor, and I just want to we invite the spirit baby realms in today, and we've asked for spirit and ancestry to guide us through this Celtic spirit root space as well. So I ask for all light beings in observance of shadow, all spirit baby realms, higher guidance, angelic realms. I saw even little Care Bears in my dreams last night. All of these lovely, beautiful energies to return back to their relevant spaces as we close circle today and come back to our bodies through our solar plexus, centered and gravitized in this time space reality. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Moving forward from today, everybody has their conceptual cradle within them. And those who watch the replay can also have this opportunity to embody this energy. I invite them to move forward away from the grief cycles, to come into having, gravitizing all manifestations into this earth space with love. Thank you. Namaste. Taking our hands and palms in the heart chakra. Deep bow, honoring yourself is really, really important, especially to Shakti herself, Kundalini Ma, Shakti, serpent energy in all languages, from Vedic to Celtic, as those forces are one. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. And I hope to hear some good news from you all.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome,
so
my
much.
love. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
Bye.
you. Bye.